here we are, architects of the new paradigm. What does that really mean? What it means is that we all know that we have to have change on the planet. We all know that we cannot keep going down the road that we're traveling now and have a successful outcome for humanity. But what does that look like? What are the nuts and bolts of creating this change? And that's what we're here to talk about today. You and I, the speakers, all of us, as one big collective group, which is really exciting. I had a vision of the world, a world in the future. I closed my eyes one day and I saw it. And it was a fantastic place. The architecture was amazing. The technology was amazing. The sky was blue. The grass was green. And we had succeeded in overcoming all of those things that we're up against now. But I also had another vision of the future. It didn't look so good. There'd been war. The whole planet was desolate. There was traces of humanity left. And it's really up to us to determine what that vision is going to be. And so for every one of you, just to kind of get into the mood, I'd like us all to just kind of close our eyes for a minute and start thinking and setting the intention. What is the world that we want to help create? What is the best outcome for humanity? So just take a moment, just take a deep breath, and just close your eyes and let's picture the world that we are designing now. As we envision the new paradigm, what's changed? What have we done to our institutions? How have we managed to turn this ship? What is it that is going to need to happen for these things to be facilitated? And how can we, as individuals, reach out to a lot of people, or even just the guy next door, or the guy at the store, or the waitress at your restaurant, and mention one little thing that might help to spread an idea? All of you are here to talk about it with all of us. And all the speakers are on stage, and they just want to say hi and wave. All of us are really, really happy that you guys are here. And we want you to know that this isn't about us getting up on stage and telling you how it's going to be. It's about all of us getting together and you guys helping us to do the work we do and us giving you some tools to go out into the world as individuals and do the work that you can do. No matter what it is, every small thing will make a contribution. So I just had a couple of questions, and I just want to get a show of hands from the audience. How many of you guys actually came here from out of state? Pretty good. So you guys made the trip. Give them applause, everybody. Thank you. A lot of people will say there's three scenarios that are going to facilitate the new paradigm on the planet. Scenario one is the change of the institutions, the slow turning of the giant ship. Change number two is some kind of radical calamity or radical discovery that could just instantly change the face of humanity, such as the discovery of free energy, or a calamity such as a war or some natural disaster that forces us to rebuild civilization from the ground up. And then there are some people that think that the only thing that's really going to bring about a new paradigm is if there's some sort of intervention, like the aliens come down and give us some new technology or help us to reshape our society with some supervision and some assistance. And so I'm just interested in a show of hands. How many of you think that the new paradigm will come from the slow change of our existing institutions? That's what I thought. Yeah, that guy's Illuminati. Okay, how many of you think that the change is only really going to happen with a major calamity? Now there's only one left, and it looks like we're going to have an overwhelming number of people thinking it. How many of you think that it's going to happen because of some sort of intervention from outside source? Not that many. So I've missed something. So there is another vehicle of change. What might that be?
Right outside of us.
Okay, that's what we're going to talk about right now. Okay, so there is a huge movement and a huge belief system happening that change begins with the individual, and I agree with that 100%. Actually, I only agree with it about 90% because I don't think it's enough anymore. I think that all of us can evolve as individuals, and that's great, but we can't stop there anymore. The cause is too great, the time is too short. We need to rally the troops. We really do. Every one of us that makes those changes, every one of us that has a sense of the new paradigm and what individuals are going to be doing to make that new paradigm come about, we all need to do a little bit more than that. We need to take it past our internal mechanisms and we need to share it with the world. We need to tell people about it. We need to be a part of bringing about the new paradigm because the 100th monkey will never exist if the 99th monkey doesn't talk to him. And so that's what we have to do. During this presentation, you guys are going to hear from the speakers, and then on Sunday, it's really exciting. The workshops are designed to be completely interactive. This is where you guys are going to talk to these guys, and you're going to present your ideas, and you're going to discuss the nuts and bolts of how this new paradigm is going to come about. And you can make those changes on your individual level, all of us on our spiritual path, all of us growing in the ways that we're growing. And then you can go out and just share it with one person, with two people. Find a place in the new paradigm that feels comfortable for you, and then spend just a little bit of time doing it. You know, there seems to be this perception that people are not paying attention to these causes because they're too busy living their lives. I often say, I'm surprised people aren't rallying in the streets for the answer to the ET question, or to stop this horrible corruption that's running the planet. But they're not to a level large enough to make a huge difference. And then we say, well, it boils down to the individual. And we say, well, people are so busy living their lives and paying their bills that they don't have time to focus on that. And none of those are good enough reasons. We all need to find a little bit of time, a little bit of energy, a little bit of space to make a little bit of change beyond what the inner work that we're all doing. And I know every one of you guys has a part and a place to play in the world we're shaping for the future. And that's really, really exciting. So whatever it is that you think you can do is a contribution that's going to be important. And that's the theme of this whole event. So again, I really, really thank you guys for being here. And I think it was Jimi Hendrix, correct me if I'm wrong, he had a song lyric, it said, let's get together and stop the wind. And I think we can.